Director of Hockey Gui Doucet joins us on Panthers TV. And Guy, I imagine you have had quite the day.
Yes, I have. Pretty hectic, pretty busy, but it's really good to be back at it. It's weird after a year to be back at it, but yeah, I'm excited.
And obviously, in that year, you've always in all the conversations we've had, you've been keeping up with guys, you've been in touch with guys. Is this kind of like the moment you've been built? No, it's not quite the return of a full elite league, but is this kind of like the moment you've been looking forward to when you can get back to it?
No, absolutely. I mean, it's a different. Let's be honest. It's a different scenario. It's not something we could have been fully prepared for, even if I tried to be as much as prepared as I could. It's not the same thing. But it's going to be a very good product. It's going to be a Panthers team that I think that people can relate to, and pretty close to what we're used to seeing in the past in Nottingham. Obviously, there's going to be names from around the leagues that we know, and some that we don't. But it's definitely an exercise that is very condensed and very intense. And the fact that we were prepared and we had kept the communication open with a bunch of guys and a bunch of agents and stuff like that, that definitely helped.
And obviously, there's been talks of things happening for a while. There were points in the past where something almost came to fruition, only for it to fall down again. What kind of feeling did you have when you finally got that phone call saying this is going ahead?
Yeah, it was weird because we didn't at that point. I didn't want to have my hopes up too high, especially because we kind of got disappointed. Everybody did. I'm sure the fans did too a few times. I also didn't want to tell the players too much because it's hard for them. Imagine being a professional ice hockey player and you haven't played a game in a full calendar year and you've been only working out and going to the gym, not really knowing what's next for you. So I didn't really want to, get their hopes too high. But finally, when it was late last night, when we knew that, this was likely gonna be made official today. Yeah, it was good. It was good to know.
And the teams involved in the Elite Series are the Nottingham Panthers, Sheffield Steelers, Manchester Storm, and Coventry Blaze. And that's kind of as local as the Elite League gets. So there's going to be a lot of, quote unquote rivalry games involved in this series.
Yeah, it's going to be intense. I'm really not worried about the level of competition we're going to get to see. We had a Zoom call today with all the coaching staff and all the on ice people involved in this series, and we're all competitive, and I know that it's going to take a couple games, and then right away we'll be back into the kind of the hatred we usually see when we play Sheffield on a Boxing Day, so it's exciting. It's exciting for everyone, and I'm not really worried. We're gonna get some good hockey for sure.
And now obviously this all faces off in April. So you've pretty much got a month to get everything together here. This is where you keeping in touch with people is really going to come to your benefit, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of going on at the same time, and things are moving quite fast. But I don't think our role, the part of building the roster, I don't think we'll get a full month. I think most of our decision will be made in the next 2 weeks, which is insane when you think a normal off season you probably have, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months to get ready. This is really condensed, like I said. But the fact, like you said, that we were on top of things, and we already had some guys in our radars. If we have a short season, if we are able to play, who might be available and stuff like that. It's something that we had a lot of time on our hands. So it's something we've been doing and identified players for a long time.
And on the heels of the Elite Series being announced, it was like a few hours ago, it was announced that Tim Wallace is back as the head coach of the Panthers. And it's no secret you and Tim have a great respect for each other and a really good working relationship. You must be excited to keep that, going forward now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's been tough. I won't lie. It's been tough for Tim not coaching this year. But he stayed loyal to us, and he really wanted to be a part of this. So I couldn't be happier to have him on board. I think he did a good job for us last year, and he's only getting better, and he's really eager to get back to Nottingham and get back into really coaching and doing what he loves and what he does best. So I couldn't be happier to have him on board.
And I imagine he really has the bit between his teeth, because obviously the run into the last season was taken away from him and the team and yourself. So he must be really itching to get back to Nottingham and back to it because it's not a point. He doesn't have a point, but he does have a point to prove, sort of thing.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody got caught by surprise last March when it all ended so quickly. So I think Tim still has that in the back of his mind, and the fact that it's not really the same thing, but we do have something to play for in 2021. It's amazing, and I think it's very, very positive that we were able to pull through and get something on the ice, even if it's only for 5 weeks with 4 teams. I think it couldn't be a better thing for the sports and for the league, and for obviously for people involved like me, you, and Tim. It's great to be back at it. And Tim is a very passionate coach, and he's excited to be back.
And obviously, in many interviews and conversations I've had with you, you've always spoke about, a long-term project in Nottingham. You want to build something here. Does a little, a series like this impact that thinking at all on your part? Or does this become like, this becomes its own entity and then you look ahead to the next season, or does it all factor in?
I mean, it doesn't factor in as much as a normal season, let's be honest. It can't. There's other variables and things we can't control that will affect who the fans see in a Panthers jersey next April. That's nothing surprising and nothing. I think people can expect that, but of course, I'm building a roster, and me and Tim are building a roster with 21-22 in mind. That's I think everybody involved in this series will do this too. So it's not maybe as much as a representation of what our team would have been like if we had a long season. Obviously, it's 5 weeks, but it maybe will give the fans some kind of insight of where we're going and the direction and the kind of team you'll see on the ice for 21-22.
Right. I know it's late. I know it's getting late. I know your day is probably nowhere near over as people in North America keep waking up throughout the day. So I'm going to let you go and enjoy your food, your well-earned food now.
Thank you.
I think I can speak on behalf of most of the Panthers fans that we cannot wait to see what roster you're going to put together and put on the ice, and that Tim is going to coach in Nottingham.
Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys for sure. I'm very pleased that this is happening, and hopefully it's only the first step into getting back to a full season of Panthers hockey.